It's Friday Night Live with Vince, pregame, postgame show. Your destination for top high school football previews and wrap-ups with Vince and his team. Buckle up and hang on for Friday Night Live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Friday Night Live postgame show presented by the Varsity Sports Show. Vince DeLisio live from Yuma, Arizona at Gila Ridge High School, where we saw Gila Ridge pull off a big victory tonight over Flagstaff Coconino High School. It was a great game. It was a great game for Gila Ridge, but Coconino moved the ball up and down the field quite a bit. We'll get into more of that when we hear from Tommy Perez a little later on in the show. Joined tonight with our amazing co-hosts, Anissa Reynolds and Ava Limbatis. Anissa, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Awesome. Any surprises tonight?
I was really surprised by the ALA Queen Creek game versus Perry. A close one, but ALA pulled it out.
Okay, Ava, how about you?
I really think that the Arcadia game was a bit of a shocker to me. I didn't realize the score would be that big of a deficit. 47-21 is
wow
the final score there. So pretty big.
Amazing. Okay, well, with that, we're going to lead it off here with Ava and our very own Andrew Hughes, which was out at he was out at Castile tonight, and let's bring him on. Take it away, Ava.
All right, hi Andrew, how are you doing?
How you doing, Ava? Nice talking to you again.
Good to talk to you too. So that game, 39-34, it's a pretty close game. What worked for Castile tonight?
Well, at first it was really their grit, because they were down pretty much the whole first half. It was kind of like their defense was trying to adjust, and every time their defense tried to adjust, Higley runs this really up-tempo offense with their quarterback, and they fell behind a little bit, but every time that they would go down a score, Castile, led by their quarterback T. Smith, dual threat with his arm and his legs. Every time he needed to make a play, he made it with his legs. And specifically in the second half, when they really needed him the most, he proved to be the difference maker. And that's really why they won this game.
Right. So you're saying quarterback T. Smith is player of the game, huge standout for you. Who else do you think stood out and really led to tonight's success?
So Castile on the other side of the ball, their inside linebacker, Kobe Olivares, every time that front seven made a play, he was around the football, making key tackles to make sure that Higley didn't convert crucial third downs, crucial fourth downs. And when they really needed plays, he was kind of that guy on the second level of that defense that really made plays. And I mean, this was a team that was down at half, and then they were down in the third quarter, 28-18. And they ended up flipping the game on its head really in the late third quarter, fourth quarter. And they kind of took that game by the horns because of special teams. You know, in the playoffs, 6A, you know, it's about execution, offense, defense, special teams. And that's what Castile did. They did the three phases more than Higley did. And that's why they were victorious tonight at home.
Mm-hmm. And you said that in the late third, fourth quarter that they were taking the power back a little bit. Was there any huge play that you remember that was notable?
Absolutely. So I believe it was 28-18. It was 28-18. Castile came down and scored to take the lead, and they were up 32-28. And on the ensuing kickoff to give Higley a chance to respond, Castile forced a fumble on the kickoff, and Castile recovered, and that kind of gave them the spark they needed to take control of the game and really get ahead by multiple scores. At the end of the game, the score was 39-34, but it was really like 39-28, like the last 4 minutes, and that was really to do with that kickoff. So Castile, coached by their first year coach and Joe Bushman, it was a team all year. They won the games on the road, so you could kind of tell that they're a team that's used to playing all phases of the game, and when they needed it the most, that's what they did. And now they play South Point Catholic next week in the semifinals, so they just beat Pinnacle. So it'll be interesting to see what this Castile team could do, riding a bit of a high right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for talking to us, and get home safe.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Emma.
And now I'm going to be joined by Dane Palmer going over the Mesa and Centennial games. Dane, how are you?
Guys, I encourage everybody right now Go on NFHS, find this game, buy it, download it. Don't care what you have to do. This was the most insane high school football game I have ever seen in my entire life. No words that I put on this right now could describe what I just saw. It was insane. Insane. I don't even know if you believe me when I tell you what's going to happen right now.
Insane game, Zane. Break it down for us. What happened? Any key plays, key players?
I mean, it's ridiculous. It would take me a whole hour to explain what just went down here at Deer Valley High School, but long story short, Centennial Coyotes are down 2 scores going into down a score going into halftime. They come out. Jackrabbits go down to Fua, their big 6'5" tight end, makes a crazy play, puts 7 on the board. From that point on, Coyotes defense is locked down. They get 3 punts in a row. They go down, get a field goal, 2 touchdowns of their own. Reynoso helping lead the way on those. They go up by 2 scores, and they think they can salt the game away. And then out of nowhere, Jackrabbits come back. Cameron Williams makes an amazing catch, an amazing run, scores a touchdown, brings them within 5 points. They go down. Jackrabbits kick an onside kick. They get it. Get the ball at the 40. They go down. They score. Rio Arnett scores what everyone thought was the game-sealing touchdown. 45 seconds left, 50 seconds left. Coyotes kickoff is a touchback. They get the ball at the 25. They throw a screen pass to Reynoso. Reynoso picks up 45 yards, gets out of bounds at the other 45. They find Lee on another nice pass. They have it at the 31. And Hill, their quarterback, drops back. He's got pressure. He tries to get rid of it, ends up throwing the ball backwards, loses 20 yards. Now they're at the 49. There's 5 seconds left, 7 seconds left. They go down, 17 seconds left. They go down, Hail Mary. They have no chance. It's 4th and forever. Lob it up. Torrin Hill, the big tight end, at the goal line. Tipped, bobbled catch with 5 seconds left. Goes down. He's short of the end zone. First down, stops the clock. They go down there, clock it. Kicker Antonsen comes on with 5 seconds left. Hits a chip shot field goal from the right hash. They win it 41-39. The most unreal game ever.
Yeah, sounds very intense. Thank you for that, Dane. You broke it down
Unreal.
very well.
Unreal. I'm just running on nothing but adrenaline right now. I can, we're going to make sure we're extra careful getting down this ladder because just straight up nerves right now over here. So,
Yeah, thank you, Dane. Exciting game. Love to hear
all right. Get back on schedule, guys. Thank you.
All right, up next we have Patrick Cohen. He's going to talk to us about the Desert View Canyon View game. All right, Patrick, was it everything that you were expecting and more?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this game was insane. I mean, you thought Dane's game was insane. Our game was insane. Everyone thought the Desert View was going to have this one in the bag, and Canyon View pulled off a major, major upset. I mean, my goodness, it was just absolutely unbelievable what we witnessed here tonight. Everyone thought the Desert View was going to have it in the bag, and Canyon View came out and shocked them. So they move on to the semifinals, and they will take on either Arizona College Prep or ALA Gilbert North.
All right, and what did Canyon View do tonight that really worked for them and got them ahead and able to secure that win?
Interceptions, which is a rare thing considering, up to this point, at least what we saw here in Tucson, Ryan Vasavilbaso had been untouchable in terms of interceptions, and he had 3 tonight. It was unreal, and so the interceptions is what really killed Desert View's offense, and they just could not respond at all to Canyon View's offensive prowess and their just absolute ability to just keep grinding and grinding and grinding. And so that's what really led to, unfortunately, Desert View's perfect season coming to an end.
All right. And who stood out? Who would you say is player of the game tonight?
I would say, in terms of player of the game, was their quarterback, Brady Scott. He was just unbelievable. He just was just unbelievable. I mean, he was able to stand up to the Desert View defense and just get pass after pass after pass, and was able to finally, prove once and for all that Canyon View is going to be taken seriously as they go into the semis.
All right. Well, thank you so much for talking with me, and get home safe.
All right. Thank you. Thanks so much, Ava.
And now we have Devin Blankenship coming on with the ALA Queen Creek game versus Perry.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
You're good. Devin, I'm just going to ask, what was the atmosphere like in...
Hello? Yeah, sorry, I can't hear anything.
You're good. Slight technical difficulties.
I can't hear what you're saying.
You're good. That ALA game, 21-13.
Just a quick recap of the game. ALA Queen Creek, they got up to a 14-0 lead early. Talon Scott, the 3-star tight end and defensive end, he had 2 receiving touchdowns in the first quarter. It looked like ALA was going to pull away and kind of take it to Perry tonight. But Perry's defense stepped up in a big way. They forced 3 interceptions from the sophomore quarterback, Cody Layama. It was his first start in the playoffs ever of his career. You could definitely tell he looked flustered at times. There was 2 other passes that looked like they could have been intercepted, but went through defenders' fingertips. It was just a defensive battle back and forth. It looked like ALA could have pulled away at times, but they couldn't. And just a great showing from both defenses. The final was 21-13. Boise State commit Cale Snyder, he looked like he was under pressure all night. Talon Scott also had 2 sacks early on in the first half, which definitely set the tone defensively. But it was definitely ALA Queen Creek's defense played a big role in their win tonight. I'm so sorry I can't hear any of your questions. I hope that gave you a player of the game in the final. Thank you all so much. Have a good night.
Thank you, Devin, for joining us. And with that, we'll be going to a quick break, but make sure you tune back into Friday Night Lights, brought to you by Varsity Sports Show.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Hello, Varsity Sports Show family. I'm Tommaso Perez from ASU. Join me as I bring you inspiring sports stories and updates from our Catholic schools, where faith, tradition, and athletics come together. Catch me live on KDOS 1060 AM Saturdays from 9 to 11 and during Varsity Sports Show game broadcast.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Oh,
hello.
Hi, Sarah. We have the whole Tucson team out here tonight.
Amazing. Well, how was the game tonight?
I cannot hear you. I can't hear you.
That's okay. Just gonna ask you what your game.
So we cannot hear you.
The Horizon versus Marina game.
It's okay. Uh-oh. Oh, that's you. Well, anyways, We were just talking about the game. I can't hear you, but it was a super exciting game. Horizon won. It was 30-20. Definitely Miranda picked up on that fourth quarter, trying to win that momentum back, but in the end, Horizon pulled out that win. Very exciting game out here tonight. We had a very chaotic intro with a bit of a setup, but we got some really cool camera shots out there on camera 2. We had Anastasia back here working the camera as well. We have someone from the Phoenix team, Chase, out here, and Spencer doing color with me as well. And then we got Z on camera 1, so we got a full team out here, and it was a really exciting game. But ultimately, now Horizon will move on to the semifinal championships. So, yeah.
All right, and were there any key players in the game?
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Kira, for joining us.
Yeah, I mean, we saw, if I can mention a couple key players, we saw Bodie Zamorano was our player of the game for Horizon, and then we saw Jeffrey Smith for Marana, and Colton Meyer, the quarterback, actually has the most rushing yards, I think, in all of Arizona. So that's huge. They had some fireworks out for him too, so that was kind of cool. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Kira. You guys have a
Bye.
All right, up next we got Keithan Thomas with the Liberty Red Mountain game. So Keithan, what worked for Liberty tonight? They got a pretty high score that they're on the board.
Yeah, 48-23. I apologize about the letting. They've turned on the lights 20 minutes ago. This was a blowout, to say the least. It wasn't looking like that at first. Red Mountain actually recovered a fumble at the 12-yard line to start the game. It was a botch snap, 3rd and 5. But Liberty got on the defense. They didn't allow a single yard. They gave up the field goal, and they proceeded to put up 34 points unanswered heading into half. It was 34-10. And from there, it was all Liberty for the rest of the game.
And who really stood out on the Liberty team tonight?
Zethus, he was everywhere. Every time I saw a defensive play, it was usually me calling his name when it was maybe a receiver right in the middle of the screen. Here he is, gator roll tackling or making a defensive stop or whatever the case may be. He's an Arizona State commit, so I was sure to keep an eye on him as I do go to Arizona State. But he was excellent. And of course, along with everyone else on that Liberty defense, they shut out Red Mountain completely. The only real scores they were getting, they had a takeaway at the end of the first half. It was a defensive score, and all of their offensive points came after when the running clock started rolling. So,
all right. Well, thank you so much, and get home safe tonight.
Of course, next week, Liberty Basha. That is an incredibly important game. So if you guys can watch that one, I would tune into that for sure.
We'll make sure to note it. Thank you.
Have a good one.
And now I'm going to be joined by Tommaso Perez going over the Gila Ridge and Coconino game. How are you doing tonight, Tommaso?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Pretty good. That game, can you give me like a short recap? What was going on?
The game was pretty great. Both teams were going strong. Gila Ridge will play next week against Micah Mountain here in Yuma, so we will be back here. Their key players were great. Defensive line, amazing. They keep their momentum going as always, so can't wait to see what they bring next week.
Yeah, and they pretty much shut out Coconino 27-0. What made them so powerful?
Their defensive line. There was a great pick in the beginning of the quarter, literally best interception, got their first touchdown. Honestly, this whole game was just really shocking to see. Coconino's offensive line, definitely, they had a lot of short pass plays. It was great to watch. The weather definitely made a lot of challenges for both teams.
And you talked about, sort of what Coconino could have done. Any offense they could have done to maybe change the outcome of tonight's game?
Definitely, especially fourth quarter, their offensive line came back strong. Number 6, Kanahago, he had a great touchdown. There was a trick play, which was really amazing to see, brought a lot of excitement to us. And then a 2-point conversion for number 10, Gabriel Cota, which literally the tension in the audience, everything was just so powerful, and especially with them doing that in the rain, it was great to watch.
Well, thank you so much, Tomasa, and I hope you drive home safely.
Thank you.
All right. Looks like up next we got Jacob Nold with the Arcadia and Marcos Deniza game. That one was pretty exciting. Hi, Jacob. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good.
So 47-21. That's a pretty big score there. What stood out for tonight? Like, give me a recap of the game.
Yeah, so I mean, starting off with the game, I mean, coming into it, they were both pretty high-powered offenses coming in, both like really average a lot. Arcadia obviously undefeated, and then Marcos Deniza 10-1 coming in as well. So both pretty high teams, but overall, Arcadia just dominated from the start. The score kind of doesn't reflect really what it was as much, but Arcadia just deep, big plays, big play after big play. I mean, Zach Smith, the quarterback, had 6 touchdowns, and he had 5 in the first half. So that's kind of how it was.
And would you say Zach Smith is player of the game for tonight?
I think I would. Him and his receiver he was playing with, Ian Slater. He was Ian Slater caught 4 touchdowns, so 4 of his 6 he caught. So yeah, between the two of them, it was definitely between them. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us here tonight, and get home safe.
Cool. Thank you so much.
I'm now going to be talking to Ethan Troll about the GCU ASU women's hockey match. How are you, Ethan?
Good. And to recap the game, it was explosive on both ends, honestly. ASU started off really hot, and they finished the game with 54 total shots on goal. But the goalie for GCU, number 3, Anika Olsen, saved almost 100% of those shots, except for the 5 goals given up. But she saved pretty much every single shot. We named her player of the game because of it.
Oh, wow. Amazing. What was the energy like in the rink?
Well, there wasn't too many people there, but when it comes to where the benches were, where all the players were, it was insane. Yeah. Players were firing up each other left and right. The coaching staff was really well, and when it comes to the energy on the rink, it was so electric for both teams. Both offenses were just going back and forth and back and forth. It was so fun to watch, and the final score was 5-2, even though it may not look like a good score. It was very, very contested throughout most of the game.
Well, thank you, Ethan, for that, and have a good night.
You too, Anissa. Thank you.
All right, next up we got Marla Mundo on here to give a little preview of the Nevada 1A state championship game tomorrow.
Yeah, how are you doing, Ava?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good.
All right, so tell us a little bit about this game we got going on tomorrow.
Yeah, so it's really exciting. It's 8-man football, so it's going to be 8 people, 8 players on each team every time, and it's really interesting because both of these teams are not from Las Vegas. Tonopah is about halfway to Reno from here. It's about a little over 3 hours from here, and Brannigan is about an hour and a half from here, so it's super exciting. Both small communities, both really rooting for their teams.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that little preview, and we'll make sure to check it out tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you, Ava.
Have a good night.
You too.
And now I'm going to be joined by another intern, J.R. Lambright, talking about East Texas and some of their playoff teams. How are you?
Oh, fairly decent, Anissa. I've been hearing all these games. It's really exciting, especially Dane and Kira. They seem like they're on pins and needles.
Exactly. So tell us a little bit about what's going on in Texas.
Oh, it's rainy over here, and so the Kilgore game, which is the one I've been tracking, is Kilgore versus the Stafford Spartans. Real quick, like Rayshawn Williams for Kilgore scored at least 3 touchdowns in this game. I kind of lost count to be frank, but that's not even the play of the game. After a pick 6 in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter, Messiah, I hope I pronounce it right, Messiah Mumphrey rushed 79 yards for a touchdown. And so the final score for Kilgore versus Stafford was 42-0. And last week they played Little Cypress versus Mauriceville, and the point differential over there was 61-14. The point differential over there was like 47 points, 42-0 this week.
Well, thank you so much for that recap, JR. I hope you have a good rest of your night.
Y'all too. We'll see each other around.
All right, up next we have Rodolfo Gomez out in Sacramento. Rodolfo, how are you doing tonight?
Good. How you doing, Ava?
I'm great. So tell me a little bit about tonight.
Well, the championship is already set. You got Folsom High School who beat Monterey Trail 54-14. And actually, there's a game going on that Grant is about to close out Oak Ridge 7-6. It was a close game throughout the whole day. And actually, at the fourth quarter, Grant was able to get a touchdown while they were down by 6 throughout the first 3 quarters of the game.
Wow, very exciting. Well, thank you for coming on tonight. Sorry, we had to make it a little quick. Well, you get home safe.
Absolutely, Ava. Thank you.
Thanks, Rodolfo. Okay, guys, we're getting kicked out of here in Yuma at Veterans Memorial Stadium at Gila Ridge High School. Big win for the Hawks. They're back here next week. They host Micah Mountain Friday night. We'll be back as well. Guys, on behalf of our amazing team from Arizona, Texas, Nevada, and Arizona again, Ava Lambatis and Anissa Reynolds co-hosting tonight. My name is Vince Delisio. Thanks again for tuning in to Friday Night Live post-game show presented by the Varsity Sports Show. Have a good night, everyone.
It's Friday Night Live with Vince, pregame, postgame show. Your destination for top high school football previews and wrap-ups with Vince and his team. Buckle up and hang on for Friday Night Live.